Get rid of those supplements that you have right now. Get rid of the ones that have the fillers, that have the GMOs, that have those complex blends. And get something that actually works. Get something that can actually promote your health and support your health, support your immune system. Things of that nature. Do something for yourself today. Go to stnutrition.com and check out our shop. So we got plenty of supplements that are available right now. Today I talked to a guy that's very new in his fitness journey. I talked to him about why he even started working out in the first place. You know, what drives him? What is his motivation to even do this? And how can he help people that are just beginning? So here he is, my little brother, Jon Hamrick. It's my foundation. It's my faith. It's my work ethic. It's my drive. It's everything that I've tried to build for myself that has made me who I am.
I'll do what it takes to make you believe.
So what I've been, because of all this, you know, stuff that we're going through, and it's made me think a lot about health. It's funny because I got into fitness and all because of bodybuilding mostly. And that's how, and that's kind of how I got into it. And I kind of fell into that bodybuilding category where, where like, oh, you lift chest, back, legs, like one day a week, and there's only one way to do things. And then, but as I got older, my mind started to expand. I started feeling more open-minded about health rather than just lifting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I realized how much lifting interacts with a lot of things that we do. And it makes, it affects your mental health. It affects your emotional health. It can affect your spiritual health in ways. There's been times I had to pray before a workout because I was scared about like what was going to happen, or I wanted to lift a certain amount of weight, and I'm just like, God, just let me, give me the strength to just lift this thing up, right?
Especially that too, especially in like not wanting to get hurt and stuff. It's like that's never a bad thing to pray for,
right? So, and that's where I all started with, and you were always around me, but you were never like big into it. But now in the past couple months, you've really like gone all in.
Oh yeah.
So talk about what made you do that and what kind of got you started doing that.
We all took a trip to Arizona. Well, we were about to go on a trip to Arizona, and we were going to go camping in the desert with a bunch of homies. And like 2 weeks before, dude, like I woke up with like the gnarliest stomach pains, man. Like, and my stomach just hurt so bad. Like I was like, I couldn't even like get out of bed. So like I go to the doctor, and like the urgent care had told me that I was like producing too much stomach acid. So like they put me on this medicine, and it immediately fixed everything. Like then like I was in like excruciating pain, and I got the medicine. Next day we left for Arizona to go camping for the weekend. That's how fine I felt after that. But then slowly another year went by, and like I was still like eating like crap, just like smoking nicotine all the time, smoking weed all the time, drinking every night, and just like eating fast food. And I love Chick-fil-A, and like I get Chick-fil-A all the time, and like, oh dude, it just started destroying my stomach. And I started to figure out that like all these foods that I've been eating my whole life that like have never like really affected me negatively. Like I could always still like eat like crap, go ride scooters all day long, film all day long, be fine, like not really have any issues. And then so when I started to actually see like real issues starting to happen, and then like mom and dad, like they started to have their like gastrointestinal problems and stuff, and like that's just scared me. Like I'm 26, like I'm not 18 anymore, I was just like, man, like I don't want to wake up one day and be in my 50s and be like riddled with like all of these different ailments and diseases and stuff like that, all because I didn't want to eat right, all because I wanted to continue to just eat things that tasted good and eat like crap and eat all this unhealthy food, you know? And so that's what really what kickstarted me, was because I actually felt something. Like I felt the effects of me vaping every day, me drinking every night, and me eating like crap. Those three things stood out. And so I started to lift, and I was still like vaping. And I was like, man, I really want to put on weight, but like vaping is definitely making me not able to eat. Like I can't eat as much as I need to gain weight because it's suppressing my appetite. So that's when I just quit nicotine. I just cold turkey quit, threw my vape out, started eating 5-6 meals a day. And in less than 3 months, I put on almost 20 pounds. And that was the first time I've ever gained weight ever, besides like getting tall. Like when I went from like being a short little dude, because me and you were both always like short, you know?
Yeah.
But then I grew really tall, and then I got to like 6 foot. And that's, I think when I hit 6 foot in my junior year of high school, I think that's when I finally hit 100 pounds. Like I'm pretty sure I was 100 pounds my junior year of high school. And then after high school, I was like 116. I was 116 all the way up until this past June. And then I started eating healthier, started eating cleaner, eating things with a whole lot less ingredients, in the gym every day, and actually started to put on weight. Even growing up watching you, like I wasn't interested in any of that, you know? Like I was never interested in health and fitness, and I was an athlete. I played sports. That's what I would call myself. I wouldn't really have called myself an athlete because I wasn't even like that good at sports. I was mainly just good at like smoking weed. That was like it. That was like the only thing I really liked to do, like pretty much from high school till about a couple months ago.
Yeah, so what kept you on the nicotine for so long? Like
I just wanted to. I liked it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Even my roommate Steph, all the time, like we would always like get drunk and stuff and hang out here at the house and like have fun as roommates and stuff. And she was just like, I just remember all the nights of you just being like, quitters never win. I'm never quitting nicotine because quitters never win. Like I'd always like be so cynical, you know. I was so cynical about the whole like people come up to me, oh, smoking's bad for you. I'm like, yeah, dude, so is breathing in the air that we live in. That's pretty bad for you too.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even because like nicotine was like messing up my lungs or like messing up my teeth or like doing anything like that. It was suppressant to my appetite.
Yeah.
So when I really wanted to start putting on weight and I really kind of got sick of being a twig, which came along with eating better, because like as I started to eat better for my stomach issues, I was like, dang, maybe like this could help me start putting on weight because I'm gonna start eating cleaner and I could start eating more, and I'm not gonna be smoking nicotine, so like I can actually eat more. And that's mainly what really did it for me with the nicotine, was just that I wanted to eat. Like I wanted to eat.
Right.
Because that's the only way. My whole life was always, oh, I have a high metabolism, I can't gain weight. Oh, I eat so much, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, I was eating barely 3 meals a day. Like, that's not eating. Like, until these past few months, I have found out what true eating is. And it sucks.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But it's definitely not easy. It's definitely been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, for sure. And that's another reason why I wanted to start this journey of like health and fitness, is because like, dude, I haven't had anything push me. The last time I like pushed myself to do something like hard was when I moved to California 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I've just been like floating by, man, just like sitting in a boat, just floating along the river of life, you know. And I was just kind of over that, kind of over just float through life, kind of over just being that like typical stoner who just doesn't care about it. Like I still don't smoke weed.
Right.
I love smoking weed. I'm always gonna smoke weed, for sure.
Well, there's arguments for that too. That it could be beneficial for your health in ways too. But
yeah, totally.
You know, it just depends on what people's beliefs are with it. That's all.
Yeah.
But
like I mainly use it just to sleep.
Yeah. What? So your why kind of like creeped up on you a little bit, you know, like you
Yeah,
didn't think
yeah.
you cared about being skinny so much.
I never cared. I never like was. I mean, I'm not gonna say I never was self-conscious about being skinny. Like I was an eighth grader playing on varsity soccer with you. You know,
Yeah.
like I was a tiny little dude playing with these grown men. You know, we take our shirts off in the locker room, and I look like a naked mole rat. So like I was already used to like being the oddball out always because I was always the youngest one of my friends group and I was always the tiniest one. So like, and I knew if I let it affect me, it would eat me up and I would become self-conscious about it and it would change who I am if I cared, actually like showed that I cared about me being so skinny, you know.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't let it get to me. It got to me for sure, but I didn't allow it to. I didn't
Right.
allow it to get to me that deep, until I started all this, and I was like, dang, like I'm actually putting on weight. Like I really don't want to look like this anymore. Like I'm really tired of looking so skinny. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be a bodybuilder. Like I don't want to be like
Right.
look like you or Lou Ferrigno or something.
Right.
Like I don't want to be that size. Like I just want to be regular. I want to look regular. Like I want to be like 6 foot, like 165, 170. Call
It's
it a
like it's
day.
like it's just looking like you work out, looking like you're healthy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
totally.
sometimes you
Totally. Like
can
I want to stay lean.
yeah, like you could tell when you're walking by someone and they're walking towards you and you're like, "Oh, that dude works out. That dude lifts."
Yeah,
And you
you
could
can
tell
tell.
just
Yeah,
cuz you know, he's not even husky, he's not like super big, he's not super ripped or anything, but you could tell he's you know, he works out.
he definitely takes care of
He
himself,
takes care of himself, and that's
and
the
that's what I
biggest
would like
thing.
to look like.
Yeah, I mean, and
I
that's the
just want to
biggest
look like
thing,
I'm taken care of.
right? And so, where do you think? So, how long have you been lifting consistently?
When I got back from Delaware in June, so mid
Okay,
June, like June, I left for Delaware June 4th. I was gone. I was in Delaware for 5 days. I was in DC for like 2. So like probably like June 10th,
yeah,
maybe like June 11th, something like that was when I had started early June. Um, but I wasn't like meal prepping. I wasn't eating 6 meals a day. I was just going to the gym, and I wasn't really doing it that consistent. And then I came home. I was gone for a week, and so like I literally took like I think I took 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks I didn't go to the gym. And so when I came back home from Delaware is when I was like, all right, like that's when I kicked it into gear, and that's when I started my routine, like started my whole like which days I want to like picked out my schedule pretty much, like made my schedule for what I wanted to work out every day throughout the week, when my rest day was, my meal preps, like what I'm eating, and stuff like that. And that's when I really kicked it into gear. So yeah, probably. So yeah, a little over almost 4 months, like 4 months.
okay,
It's probably been 4 months now. September 11th, 12th would have been 4 months.
right. So, what do you think it's done for you so far?
Dude, I am my old self. I am talkative. I am energetic, wired. Like I have so much energy. Like all throughout high school, I always got in trouble in school because I couldn't shut up. Like I couldn't
Yeah,
shut up. And then like when I really got into like smoking weed and like nicotine, like really started habitually smoking both of those things, it kind of suppressed my personality a bit. Um, Not completely, definitely not. Like I've still been that wild, energetic, talkative dude. But I think the amount of nicotine I took in every day could probably like kill a horse. I feel like,
right.
and that was definitely the big thing that definitely suppressed my energy levels, suppressed my brain, suppressed how my brain worked, and what my brain wanted to think about, what my brain wanted me to do, and stuff like that. I didn't really have much control. It was kind of just like lay in bed until I wanted to get up, and then like I probably wouldn't eat until like 1,
Yeah,
because like I would be juiced off coffee and nicotine.
Right.
like, and wouldn't have an appetite, and then I'd eat maybe 2 meals a day, eat like a lunch and then like a dinner, maybe.
Yeah.
So like it's raised my appetite, it's raised my energy. I throughout, like, I'm tired at night because I wake up early. I wake up at 6:30 every day now. So like by 9 o'clock I'm cushed.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired. But from 7 a.m. to 9 o'clock at night, I have so much energy to do anything, you know, like I can't sit still anymore. I can't just sit around the house and be lazy. And even if I'm smoking weed, like I only smoke weed usually just at night. Like once I've eaten all my meals through the day, once I put down the sixth meal, that's usually when I'll smoke weed for the day.
Yeah.
Like I've had homies here visiting for the past week, so like I kind of been splurging a bit. I just kind of eating like crap, eating a lot of pizza and junk food and
Yeah.
cannolis.
Right.
I had like three cannolis this week. They were really good.
I can't stand cannolis. I don't know why.
You're insane. But like I don't want to be that kind of health guy where it's like, oh, I'm never gonna eat a piece of pizza ever again. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't want to be like that. I want to eat healthy 9 times out of 10, and then that one time I eat like crap. You
Right.
know? Like I don't want to completely just like get rid of it. Like I don't.
And that's the thing. You don't have to. And
I'm
I
not
think
I'm not that unhealthy. I don't think.
right. Well, and I think also, I think you're kind of in a different boat because gaining weight, I think you have more leeway. And plus, you're already so active. You know what I mean?
That's what Haley tells me. Haley tells me that all the time. She's always like, "Yo, you don't eat like. I feel like you don't even need to be like eating clean is good. Like always eat clean. Like for my like breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, I eat very clean. But like I can still like once a week, I can still like eat McDonald's or like go get pizza or like go out to dinner somewhere at some restaurant. Like, and especially still, I still have this high metabolism. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like anytime soon. But like, I think I have way more leniency, like you said, with putting on weight, with being so skinny and me needing to put on weight. I have a lot more leniency than someone who's like obese trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
Like those people probably shouldn't eat a slice of pizza once a week.
Right. For those kind of people, I think you have to have some type of discipline.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
I think my main discipline that I really wanted to drill into me is getting out of bed as soon as I wake up. Like not thinking about it, not anything. Just literally my alarm goes off, I turn it off and I get right up. I don't think about anything. Like, and then with that, and then consistency, because that's what you've always told me. My whole life, every time not even you telling me that's something that I need to do, but you telling yourself in what you need to be doing is consistency is the only thing that's going to show you results. So I think because I grew up lifting with you in the basement, but I never was consistent. I never was consistent. I maybe would lift, maybe would lift for a week tops. I'll never forget. I remember one time, it was in high school, and I was dating Carol, and like she was over, and like me and you were gonna lift with me that night. And I remember she came downstairs, and I was like, "Don't let her come down here. I don't want her watching," because I was embarrassed. And you're like, "Yo, Carol, like come down here and see how weak your boyfriend is." Benching like 50 pounds.
Oh man,
that was funny. But like and so that was the biggest thing for me, was I wanted to stay consistent. So like me going 4 months, like the only time I've taken off since I went home to Delaware was when I went to Connecticut in August for a weekend, and I was only gone for 5 days, and I literally lost like 4 pounds on that trip.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then immediately came home, and it was only because I wasn't eating as much. So like I was still eating. I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I wasn't getting those meals in between either, you know? And that's what my body needs. My body needs that intake in order to store fat and to store anything else that it needs to store for me to put on weight.
Yeah.
Because if I don't intake enough calories, my body won't store anything. It'll literally just, it'll all come right out. So me being gone for 5 days kind of sucked.
Yeah. what kind of advice would you tell someone? Because you're not a fitness person, right?
Yeah, totally
And you
not.
just kind of got into this. What did you do to like even get into it? What were your first things that you said, okay, this is what I need to do when first starting?
I really, honestly, I want to look good. That was my main push. Was like, dude, I don't want to be so skinny, dude. Like I turned sideways and you can't even see me.
Yeah.
That was really where I got my motivation from, was just looking at myself in the mirror and just being like, ew. Like I don't look bad. I didn't look bad. Like I didn't look and be like, ew, you're disgustingly skinny. Like I was just skinny. And I was just like, ew, like I wanna fill out. Like that was mainly it. That was mainly where I got my motivation from, was just
Right,
finally
but
being fed up.
what steps did you have to take? Like, how did you know what to eat or how to work out? Stuff like that.
I mean, I like I said, I was an athlete all my life, you know? Like in 7th grade basketball, I was doing wall sits for half hour with 2 5-pound weights in each hand in 7th grade. You know, like Coach Nate went off on us and like would take us to workouts and stuff like that. And then, I mean, having you, like me, with the tiny little bit that I have worked out with you when we lived at mom and dad's growing up, like I used all of that information that for some reason is still stored in my head. Like I can still remember I remember you showing me shrugs, like you showing me how to do shrugs, like in mom's basement. And so I used that. Like I was like, oh, I need to do a shoulder workout. What's a good shoulder workout? And I was like, oh, I remember Benjamin teaching me shrugs. And then I started to just YouTube. I would just YouTube stuff. Like I watched a lot of DLB. There's this other guy I watched too. He's kind of funny. I don't know. I forget his name though, but he's like a fitness bodybuilder YouTube guy. But mainly it was just stuff I learned from growing up playing sports, stuff I learned from you working out at mom and dad's, and then I would just YouTube stuff. And just a lot of the workouts I do is stuff I've done before.
Yeah.
Like stuff I've already done. Like there's a lot of workouts that also aren't, like are also still very new to me. But yeah, pretty much YouTube definitely saved my life. And then me being able to film myself in the gym and send you my workouts, and of you seeing how I'm doing my workouts and you being able to correct what I'm doing wrong. That also helps as well. That was the biggest thing for me. So if someone doesn't have someone like you that they can look into, and they really are even more clueless than I was, like,
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I wasn't as clueless because of me being an athlete growing up and me being so into sports growing up. But there's people out there that weren't, so they're going to be a little bit more lost. But with those people, it's like, dude, you got to get a trainer, like, or else, like, I see people in the gym all the time, dude. Even like when I go to the gym now, it's like these people are in there and I'm just like, yo, they look like they're going to hurt themselves eventually, because you're normally probably not going to hurt yourself doing, like, if you're doing like lat pull downs,
Yeah.
and you're just like so loose with it and not controlled with it, you're just yanking, like you're probably going to mess up your back one of those days. You're probably not going to mess up your back the first day you're messing it up, the second day you're messing up, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, but like that 10th time of you doing the workout incorrect is going to mess you up. So if you really are that confused and really that lost in the gym, I would highly recommend finding someone who's not, and having them show you exercises, show you how to do exercises. That's like the biggest thing. Practice makes perfect, they said, but that's false. Perfect practice makes perfect. So if you keep training yourself and you train the wrong way, you're training incorrect for years and years and years, you're never really going to perfect anything because you're freaking practicing it wrong.
Hey, I mean, it's like how I used to squat. You know, I used to squat a certain way, and I actually got up to almost 500 pounds on my squat. And then I was like, I don't want to squat this way anymore. I want to get lower. I want to get really low, you know?
Yeah.
So then I actually started from the bar and then worked my way back up,
Yep.
you know, and squatting in a different form. And I got a lot lower. And I felt a lot better. I felt more professional. I felt like I knew more about what I was doing. And I was like, wow, I actually I worked from the ground up, you know, and I changed my whole form. After doing it so long a bodybuilding way,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of got out of that mindset. And that's why I
the
think
whole bodybuilding mindset.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's for some parts.
Yeah, totally.
But when you watch the bodybuilders, they're going to do things differently than what you should do.
Yeah.
You know, but what about
Especially
joining
'cause bodybuilding's all for looks, you know?
Right.
Like bodybuilding's a look thing,
Yeah.
you know? Like I try to work out like an athlete.
Right.
That's what I hear all the time. I hear it on, because especially now, like now my TikTok feed, bro, is like, Haley doesn't even like to watch TikToks on my TikTok anymore with me. Normally we'll lay in bed and watch TikToks on each other's TikTok app. But
Yeah, that's weird.
mine is literally all just like stand-up comedians,
Right.
food, and dudes working out. Like,
How do you get that? Mine's all politics, and I don't even like none of this stuff.
It's because it's how much time you spend watching.
That's what I watch it a lot.
I'm pretty sure that's what the algorithm is for TikTok. It's based upon, instead of what you're liking, what you're clicking on, and who you're following.
It's how long
based
you're
upon
watching. Okay.
How long you watch something. So like my friend who I work with, like he be on like he has the farm Instagram on his phone.
Right.
And even I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw it happen. Like one day, like as soon as Pete got the Instagram for the scooter farm and was able to like start posting on the scooter farm Instagram, dude, our explore page was like all these like slutty girls, like shaking their butts and like showing their boobies and like all that kind of stuff. And me and Doug are like, what is good? Like, what is up with this right now? And like, we were like, dude, I bet you he'd be looking at stuff like that.
That's funny.
And so that now it starts to pop up on our explore page on the scooter farm. And I was like, yo, you gotta chill. Like, if you're gonna be looking at girls on Instagram, get on your own Instagram, bro. Like, don't be on the scooter farms, because even though you're not liking all that stuff, you're still clicking on their pages and looking at it. And Instagram is recognizing that. And I was like, we don't need all that on our Instagram right now, bro. I promise.
But I was going to ask you, what about joining a gym? How was that the first time? Because I know like people get intimidated, especially like even me. You know what I'm saying? Like my first job was at a gym before I even went to a gym before.
Started really going, yeah. Well, it kind of helped because I had my gym membership for about 2 years before I even went. I mean, I got my gym membership with Hershey in like 2019. I would say, yeah, probably early 2019, like maybe like that February of 2019. Me and Hershey went and got the gym membership at the gym I go to right now. And we went once, and then I never went again until this past June. But it was scary. It was like your first day of school.
Yeah.
At a new school, you don't know anyone, you know. But then you like find a friend who's like familiar. You know, so like I like started bench pressing, squats, like bicep curls, like overhead like tricep stuff, dips, push-ups, just doing easy things that I just already knew how to do. And then as I like started to like YouTube more stuff at night, and then also watching people at the gym too, watching a lot of the dudes that are there that look like they have been working out for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching them use machines and being like, oh, that's how you use that. Or just figuring out some of the machines too at the gym also have like directions too. So that was kind of tight. But it was definitely scary. Definitely a little nerve wracking going to the gym. Like, getting into it for the first time and then like going every day. Like it's crazy now that it's been 4 months. Like it's been over 4 months of me going to the gym pretty much 6 days a week, every week.
It goes by quick.
Yeah. And now like and that dude, that's why I got so upset yesterday when the dude was like, "Oh, you can't wear that shirt here." I was like, "What?" Like, dude, I didn't even want to work out. I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Like, I sat down and I was like, dude, I don't want to go home. Like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I don't even want to work out right now. Like, just to spite that guy, you know? And I was like, nah. I was like, no, that's like something like the old Hammy would do, you know? Like, I don't want to do that. I was like, so I just grinded out, blasted my music, turned my music all the way up, and just went to town. And then eventually forgot about it until I had to leave and walk by the guy. And I was just like, I hate you.
I hate you.
I got something against crop tops, bud.
Yeah, and turquoise hair.
Turquoise hair, and I think he's just mad that I'd be bringing these guns to the gun show when there's not even a gun show at the gym. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what that guy's deal was, but it definitely is. Now I'm more so. I feel like I'm back at that stage now. Now that guy said that one thing to me about me, like basically just gave me a dress code, even though dudes wear shirts like this, like every day at that place. Yeah. They wear shirts like that. So now, like today, when I go to the gym after this, I'm going to be like, I'm a little nervous. My palms are going to be a little sweaty. I'm going to walk by and what? But I'm going to bring a towel. I'll bring a towel today so you can't yell at me.
Just bring a towel, and then if he doesn't like your shirt, just take it off.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I'm like, all right, I should just rip it. Like,
yeah, just rip it. Okay.
Just be like, I'm like, all right, you don't like it? Nah.
That's a risk though, because if you don't rip it and you just struggle with it, that's risky.
He's gonna be like, all right, get out. You're not even.
All right, but we don't have time for this.
Dude. Yeah. But no, seriously, if he does say like, if he says that to me today about this shirt, if he tells me I can't wear this, I'm literally going to LA Fitness today and getting a new membership. Like, I think that's so ridiculous. Like, it literally made me feel like at Red Lion when I got sent home for wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah, it's a little much.
I was like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, I understand when a girl at Red Lion was wearing too tight of pants because her butt is like defined.
Right. Yeah.
Guess what I don't have?
Right.
But to be defined, and no one's going to look at me, 9th grade Jon Hamrick, and look at me in a pair of skinny jeans and be like, yeah, look at that ass.
Yeah.
Like, that looks hot. I'm really distracted today at school because Hammy's wearing these skinny jeans that he just looks so good in. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if that guy's the owner, you know, it's tough. It's tough.
If he's the owner, I understand. I mean, because I even told him yesterday, I said, do you want me to go home and change? Because I live close. I was like, do you want me to go home and change? Like, I'll go home and change. Like, I'm a respectful person. And if you're the owner of this gym and you want these rules to be set, I'm going to abide by the rules or I'm going to leave. You know, I'm not going to be one of those people that tries to fight my way. You know, I'm going to accept it for what it is. He has this rule. Apparently has this rule where you can't wear cutoff shirts, which I think is stupid. Maybe if I got a shirt that was made like this, I'm like, oh, dude, this isn't cut off. This was actually made to be like this.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. But we'll find out today.
So going back to like working out and stuff, I always talk about how much it did for, you know, my mental health. I didn't really struggle with anxiety and depression as much as a lot of people, but I had my days, you know, and I probably have like one day a month now, and it just hits me for no reason. But, you know, once I get to work out and I get to, you know, do something that you push yourself to do in an intense way. Because if you do that and you're like out of breath and you're fatigued, your body doesn't have room to be depressed or anxious.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's too tired.
Yep, it's too, facts. That's so true.
You know, so what has working out done for you mentally?
Nothing. My mental health. My mental health.
It's on
game
point.
is Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh yeah.
It's that strong, I promise.
Well, I think it changed you. It got you waking up earlier.
Yeah, it definitely did. But like, I don't struggle with depression. I don't struggle with anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm not one to fear the unknown. Like, I'm not like, well, what's going to happen if this happens? Or like, what if we do this and like this happens? Like, I don't think like that at all. I think like, all right, I got an issue. I need to solve it. Like, I got to fix this issue. Like, there's a problem here. Let's fix it and make sure it doesn't come back. Like, that's how my brain, and that's all because that's dad's genes right there.
Right. Because I mean, and then that's a way that it did affect your mental health. Because even though you don't have, maybe not in that other realm of like anxiety and depression and, emotional issues or whatever, but in the way of, changing your work ethic. Waking up earlier.
Oh yeah.
Noticing.
Definitely has disciplined my brain. Definitely has disciplined like my mental health in a way that like I can control what I think. I control what I think a whole lot better. So like because everyone has like intrusive thoughts, like it's like you're driving down the road and it's like, what if I just like crash my car into this other person's car? Like that's an intrusive thought. Like you don't want to be thinking about that. I used to think about that all the time. Like, dude, I'm driving this car right now. Like, what if I just like you have the capability, like right now I'm sitting in front of my computer. Like if I wanted to right now, I could pick up my laptop and just break it in half.
Yeah.
Like if that would be really stupid, but like I have the capability of doing it. And I think me waking up early, being on a strict diet that like the only time I ever go against it is when I have friends in town. And that's just because they want to go do stuff,
Yeah.
So like it's hard for me to bring my meals with me when we're like disc golfing or like we're at the skate park or we're like out filming.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, like I missed both my lunches because I was out filming and like I couldn't eat. I had like I eat these protein cookies, these snickerdoodle ones.
Yeah.
They're so good, dude. It's like 460 calories in one cookie.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fire. So I take those with me. I buy them off Amazon. And I get like 12 of them for like $15. And I'll bring those with me to at least be getting something inside me while I'm out filming. But when the homies are in town and I do have to go film other people, I'm strict. I'm like, yo, we're filming from this time to this time because I gotta go home and eat, bro. Like,
yeah.
I'm not missing. But when I'm with the boys, it's different. Like,
okay.
Than when I'm just with like the little kids that ride for the farm and I'm filming them a video. Like, I'm like, all right, we're going to go to the skate park. We're going to film for 3 hours and then I'm going home to eat and then we'll link up another day.
Yeah. I mean,
but like
and that's something that, like I struggled with getting out of bodybuilding because, when I was bodybuilding, I had to take my food everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, totally. As a bodybuilder, you have to take your food everywhere.
I mean, dude, I was in the most random place. I'll be at like little league games watching my nephews, and I'll be sitting there with salmon and rice, and people are like, "What is he doing?" I remember
getting these gains,
going to the Outer Banks, and we stopped at Hardee's, and I brought in my food, and everyone's staring at me, and I'm eating bison and green beans. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's me at work.
Yeah.
That's me at the scooter shop every day. I got a protein shake, and I got chicken and rice and broccoli.
Yeah, and it was tough to get out of that mindset because it's like, wait, I don't have to do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, if I really wanted to, I could. If I had to bring my food somewhere, like, I could easily do that. But, I don't know. It's like at work, I bring in my suitcase full of food, and people are just like, geez, what is that? I was like, oh, it's my lunch bag.
It's my lunch suitcase.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's another thing I think about too is like, I want to put on mass. Like I want to just be bigger than what I am now. Like I just want to weigh more. Yeah. I want my legs to not be so skinny. I want more. Like I want you to be able to see more definition in my arms and my calves and stuff. But it's such a long-term thing that like sometimes I find myself like being like, dude, slow down. Like,
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
calm down.
Because you get burnt out.
Like you can miss a meal, bro.
Yeah.
Like I will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna lose 20 pounds because I missed one meal.
Right.
You know, like so. I think I try to think like that all the time because like when in the beginning I was real strict, like really really strict, and that was just because of who I am as a person. I'm a procrastinator and I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Those are my two bugaboos. my two things my two flaws that really suck.
Right.
So when I first got into all this, I was like, dude, I need to stay on top of this. Like, and I stayed on top of it for 3 months, 3 straight months. This is like the first month I've really like settled down and been missing meals here and there and been eating out and stuff like that. And it just made me realize that like, okay, for one, I can push myself to those limits to the point where I can cut everything off in my life and just focus on me and what I want for my body.
Right.
Because I did that. I did that for 3 months. I literally never missed a meal, didn't leave my house. Like on my days off, I stayed home and did laundry, cleaned up the house, would clean up the backyard, like did anything to not be somewhere else when I had to eat.
Yeah.
You know, like I would go places, but I made sure that I was home to eat a meal.
Yeah.
Like, but now I've realized that like I don't need to be so strict. Like I can, especially because I'm trying to put on weight, like we talked about earlier. Like since I'm trying to put on weight, like I have a lot more leniency with what I eat.
Right.
I can get away with eating a lot of like fried, nasty, greasy, fat foods.
Yeah.
Like I can get away with that, but I don't want to get away with it too much because my main goal for all this isn't to just be bigger. My main goal is to be healthy and to not have issues.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And I like that. I like the way you started, though, because I feel that people do need discipline. You know, I hear a lot of trainers today talk about, you know, how they hate progress photos, how, you know, we're being too strict and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's that soft stuff.
It is, you know. I was just listening to a woman talk about how MyFitnessPal is racist. I was like, what? Come on, man. You know? But she was the one that says she hates progress photos because you're telling people that they don't look good the way they are. You have to be smaller.
Some people don't.
I was like, if you think about it, you know, being overweight, you have too much weight sitting on your organs, and your blood can't run thoroughly through your body.
Through it, yeah.
You know, you have layers of fat that are stopping that. You know, I watched a documentary where these people, they did an autopsy on a woman. And they had all the woman's family's consent and all that kind of stuff to do it. And so they had to, so you know how they slice them open?
Yeah.
From like the sternum to the belly button or whatever?
Yeah.
They couldn't get through it one time.
Oh.
They had to do it twice.
Dang.
And then so when they finally opened it, you saw dripping from this layer of fat was grease. I was like, and this woman wasn't even that big.
Dang.
Like, I've seen a lot bigger, you know?
Yeah, totally. Oh, definitely. Especially if you live in the United States.
And after seeing that, I wish I could remember what the documentary was called, because I feel like everyone should watch it.
Yeah, that's awful.
That's
foul.
And you know how, like, I'm one of those people, I need to, like, eat while I watch TV. So, of course, I had food on my lap while I was watching that. I didn't know it was going to be that. So, dude, I mean, that stays in my mind all the time. Yeah. And I just think about that grease dripping from that layer of fat. And this woman in her body.
That's so gross.
This is your body, you know? And like, how can anything function if that is just taking over? But we're too worried about, but I love the way I look. No, you don't.
Yeah, you definitely don't. I know you're a lying piece of crap.
You know, I sincerely think you cannot say you love the way you look. But
Like I'm all for like the whole like don't be judgmental to people and stuff. But like, dude, like
100%.
there's so many people that, like there's a lot of people out there that like, and there's that one girl, there's that one woman who's like famous right now. She's like real famous on like TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff, and she's huge, dude. She's huge, and there's all these like bikini photos of her and all that stuff. But it's like, yo, she's got a medical issue that makes her look like that. She doesn't look like that because she overeats. So obviously, yes, that woman is beautiful in her own body because she can't control that. But when your body looks like that because you can't stop eating McDonald's, like, dude, there's differences between that. Like, that lady and then the McDonald's lady are not the same.
And
They're
also
not the same.
And what I learned too is like when you look at people at the beach, right? And you're like, oh, she shouldn't be wearing that, or he shouldn't be wearing that. You don't know if he just lost 100 pounds.
I know, facts.
You know what I mean? And they could be proud of themselves.
I know, they could be stoked.
So, you know, being in this,
to be able to wear something like that.
Right. And, you know, becoming a trainer and being in this industry has made me really open my eyes and just see, you know, that you can't really, you don't need to be judging anyone for anything, really.
Definitely, especially
because judge yourself,
like,
man.
There's so many people that are so big and like considered overweight. Bodybuilders are considered overweight.
Oh yeah.
For their size.
Yeah.
Like you're considered obese.
Yeah.
And then, just like, crap. What was I just gonna talk about? What was I just gonna say?
But a lot of bodybuilders too aren't the healthiest.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not.
You know,
they're taking tons of crazy stuff that is not very good for them.
Right. Just
Like,
because
and-
they
and
eat, just because they
intaking
eat that
just so
way.
much.
Yeah. And it's individual. Some are more healthy than others.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
others, it depends on what you're taking. You know, there's a lot of people in the bodybuilding community passing away because of certain diuretics.
Yep.
You know, trying to, you know, lose the fat quick and pull out whatever you could pull out at the last minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff can't be good for you.
Nah, the
Like,
competing.
that's why I stopped watching a lot of bodybuilding stuff, because that's why I started watching when I first got into all this stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be a bodybuilder, you know. I just wanted to know how to lift weights.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to learn. So like I watched a lot of bodybuilders and stuff, and then when I started to dig deeper into like these bodybuilders, I was just like, I like watching you guys lift weights, but like I don't want to be doing what you guys are doing. Like I don't want to put all that stuff in my body, and like I don't all that like that's unnecessary for what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Very unnecessary.
Well, it's like with me, and I had that experience because that's exactly what I wanted to look like. I dreamt.
Yeah, and if you want to look like that, you have to take those steps.
Right. Because I dreamt of looking like that, you know, and I look back now, I'm like, no, I don't care to look like that.
Yeah.
You know, I actually like the way I look. You know, I wish I could be a little bit trimmed up, like I'm working on, but yeah, and I like how I got into more health, and I think because of COVID, I think COVID really opened my eyes to say, hey, I should really look at my health and take control of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I sent you my screening the other day.
Yeah.
And the past couple of years, I've always had issues with my good fat part of the cholesterol because I don't take in enough good fats, I guess. So right when I got that, I got on fish oil. I changed my fats and my macros and all that stuff.
You not like eating fish?
I don't eat a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm not a just because I ate so much when I was bodybuilding.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
Yeah,
And it
'cause
smells.
I love fish. I eat fish and chicken. That's like mainly what I eat, and I've been trying to eat more elk because I have a butcher now, so I can go to him. I'm gonna go there today.
Yeah.
Cecil's, that's my guy, Cecil. But dude, they have like so much. Like I don't buy my chicken from there because like it's expensive. Like the butcher shop is expensive. Like I get these elk steaks for like $20.
Yeah,
And
and that's
they're
not even.
little.
Is that a pound? That's not even a pound.
Barely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like barely a pound. But it's good quality meat, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dude, I worked at Vaughn's. I almost got in trouble because one time they wanted me to put out, we had a box of chicken thighs that were expired by like 3 days, dude. And it reeked it reeked. It smelled so bad. Chicken thighs already smell bad fresh.
Yeah.
Like, they did not smell good. They smell like fart. But it smelled even worse. And they were trying to get me to put them out.
Right.
They were trying to get me to put them out. And I was like, no. I was like, that is foul.
Yeah.
Like, that is so disgusting. I said, dude, I said, you will have to fire me
Right.
before I put this chicken out. And they can't fire me for that because I'm in the union. And
Right.
if they did try to fire me because of that, I would go to the union and I'd get my job back easily.
Yeah.
So I didn't care. But I was like, dude, I'm not putting that out. Like, that's so disgusting. And so, like, it's hard to trust their meats anymore. So, like, when I get chicken from, like, the grocery store, like, I get it, like, the pre-packaged chicken, not the chicken that they package up right there in the meat department. Because I don't trust those dudes.
Right.
I don't trust them anymore, dude. And at Cecil's, I need too much chicken. Because
Right.
I eat chicken, like, I use chicken for my meal preps. That's what I eat for lunch every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day. I don't change it up. I change up how I make it and what flavors I use. But it's chicken every day for lunch, fish pretty much every day for dinner, except the occasional steak. Because I don't like to eat too much red meat.
Yeah.
So I try to eat, I'll eat red meat like twice a week. Every other day, though, is fish, like rockfish or salmon or cod. Those are my three guys that I like to eat.
What are your goals right now in the gym and for like lifting, working out, all the above? Do you have anything that you set for yourself? Like, do you want to lift a certain amount of weight or what?
I want to be able to lift big, heavy weights. I just want to be strong.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get stronger. And I've already noticed that. Like, I went from doing, like, when I do like bicep day, like, it's like I was in the beginning, I was like curling like 20s, like 6 times. And like now I'm curling 35s on the heavy days and 30 on the non-heavy days. So like I've already noticed a difference in strength, and I can lift the 30s easily.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it's a struggle anymore. Like before, the 30s were like a big deal. It's like, dang, curling 30 pounds like on a dumbbell, like that's heavy. And then squats too. Like, I'm already, dude, I PR'd the other day 195.
Boom.
And I'm 132. So like being able to squat 195 at 132, I was stoked. I was like, fine. Like, it's not what I do on the regular. Like, normally when I'm squatting, I squat like 130.
Yeah.
I try to just squat my body weight because, like you said, I want to go lower.
Mm-hmm.
I want to open up my hips more. I want my hips to be more loose because my hips are really, really tight all the time.
Yeah.
So like, I really want to open up that and like be able to have more movement in my hips and more mobility, and mainly just be stronger, faster, quicker. So like I do a lot of like on my leg days, I do a lot of the plyometric kind of stuff just because like I played my roommate in basketball the other day. We played 1-on-1, and he was beating me. He was beating me 5-1. And then like he was just getting so tired, dude.
Yeah.
And I was as soon as I saw him getting tired, it was when I started roasting him. Like, and he even said it afterwards. He noticed like how quick I was now, and like literally every time we check up the ball, like I'm sitting there with the ball, and it's that glory road move. It's that fake right.
Yeah.
Ball fake right, and then you go left. And literally I was beating him every single time, and then I ended up beating him like 11-9. Like, and he was dying, bro.
Yeah.
Like dying. And I was pretty winded because I don't do cardio. I haven't added cardio into my workouts yet. But I was not even close to being nearly as winded as he was, and it felt really good. I was like, oh, that's nice. That's nice to see some improvement there, because normally when him and I would play basketball, I would be dead, face beat red, dripping sweat. I go inside and I'm panting for like an hour. Like, but I was fine. I was sweaty a little bit. I was kind of out of breath, but I recovered really quick. And I was like, wow, definitely going to keep going to the gym if I'm going to be playing basketball that well.
And we'll finish it with this. What would you tell someone that's, since you're new to it, what would you tell someone that's, thinking about getting in the gym and just hasn't made that leap yet?
I would tell them to find their motivation and hold on to that and just be consistent. That's my like that was your main thing, and it will forever be my main thing is be consistent, dude. Like that's the only way you're gonna see any results. Like I was the same way. I got so mad because like, oh, I worked out for a week and I haven't gotten big yet. Like it's like, dude, come on, it's gonna take way more than that, way more. So just find motivation. That's key. Key is motivation, because without motivation, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be doing all this.
Mm-hmm.
I would be in bed slurping down a vape stick, you know? Like, that's what I'd be doing on my day off. But instead, I'm going to meal prep and laundry and go to the gym and be productive today. So find your motivation and never let go of it. Because I'm never going to let go of mine, because I don't want to stop this. I don't want this to become a thing that I just do for a couple months and then stop for a couple months and then get back into it later. Like, I want to put in a full year. Like, that's my main goal right now, is a full year of 6 days a week in the gym, eating healthier, and just trying to stay fit and just try to stay in shape. I'm in the best shape I've been in my whole life. Even when I was playing soccer, even during soccer season, I was smoking cigarettes on the way to soccer games.
Yeah,
like, I was
and that's only after
blunts
what?
on the way to soccer games.
And that's only after 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. And at 26. So
yeah.
at 26 years old, I'm in the best shape of my life, you know?
Yeah, man. Well, it's good stuff, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I got many thanks to you. I probably wouldn't have started any of this if it weren't for you and what you've been doing for pretty much your whole life almost now. It's been a long time.
Almost like 10 years.
Yeah, sheesh.
I know, it's weird.
I know, that is crazy.
Because Mom just shared like a status she put on Facebook about when I was leaving. I guess she took me to the airport.
Oh,
when I left for Vegas.
Go to your thing for Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Was that when you started? Was when you started at Dawn?
That was
first really got into fitness?
That was the end of school. Yeah, that was the end of Dawn.
Oh, okay.
To go get my certification.
Yeah. I remember you had to go to Vegas for that. I thought when Mom posted that, I thought that was when you had to leave for training, for when you were going into the military.
No, I never got to go.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You went somewhere, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Vegas.
For military?
No. Oh, for the military? No, I went to Fort Meade in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. See, I knew you went somewhere.
Yeah, so I had to go there, and then that whole thing about me lying or whatever.
Yeah, about the concussion. Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, 10 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, man. And I'm still learning. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah.
And that's what I love about it, too. You know, you're not going to know everything.
Definitely not. You're always going to be learning. And I'm still learning stuff, so let alone me in the gym, I still have miles to go of learning.
Well, it takes time, man. Like I said, I started in Mom and Dad's basement.
Yep.
You know, worked my way up to. I never even went to a gym until I started working as a trainer. In one. Yeah. And luckily, it was 24 hours, and I would wake up and go there till at 1 or 2 in the morning to make sure I knew how to use the equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was that.
See, hey, you work here? Yeah. Can you help me with this machine? How do you use it?
Well, let me see.
Let me check YouTube real quick.
Yeah. And let me read the side of it with all the directions. It says to do this.
When I worked at Starbucks, people would be like, "Oh, could I get the caramel? Blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Oh yeah, totally." And I open up this book on how to make it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, damn it, I look like an idiot.
But all right, man, I'll let you go.
All right, baby girl.
All right, love you.
All right, love you, dog.